Hi everyone, welcome to my very first makeup tutorial. I guess it's going to be a makeup tutorial. We are going to do some face painting, so I'm going to be attempting some galaxy face paint today with some blue, some pink, some purple. It will be an experience. And we're just gonna hope that it goes okay. I haven't really done much face painting before, so it's going to be really interesting to see how this turns out. I'm just sort of chilling in my living room right now, and I'm using my phone as a mirror, so sorry if it looks kind of awkward at times, but we're just gonna roll with it. So I'm going to be using these body paints that I got a little while ago for, I think it was for Halloween, like a couple of years ago. So these ones are tag body paints. I don't know if you can tell, but they're like kind of shiny. So I'm hoping they're going to create like that starry, glittery effect. And then I have these Diamond Effects body paints, which are sort of like gonna give me the base colors, fingers crossed. I am just also using a sort of like flat, thick brush. I wish I had sponges for this. That would have been ideal, but I could not find any. So we're just going to go with brushes and hope that it works. And then for like finer details and stuff, I've got this flat brush that came with the face paints and this sort of thinner brush that also came with the face paints. So we'll get started. I will talk through it as I go. I've got a very cool galaxy reference image sitting over here. And hopefully my face will look like a wonderful starry galaxy by the end of this, but we're gonna find out. I also have these cotton pads. I'm gonna try starting with these. I'm hoping they're going to give me a bit better coverage, or like quicker coverage than the brush would. I've also got like a little pot of water just here because face paint, they're usually dissolvable in water. Generally, you'll need some water to get them on your face. And I think you could probably do this same sort of makeup thing with, sorry, that. I squished it and then it came. We're not going to use this. We're going to go with the brush. It's just like completely absorbed. Okay. Brush. You could probably do the same thing with just makeup if you wanted to, if you have like the right colors and stuff. I am using a makeup brush for this paint and I'm kind of worried that it's going to ruin my brush, but this is a brush that I don't really use very often, so it'll be okay. So I'm going to start by, I guess, trying to map out where everything's going to go on my face. So I'm going to start with like this pink color and just hope. It's gonna look fine, it'll work. Okay, I'm sort of using the phone as a mirror, which is kind of odd because it's a little bit tricky to see everything. Oh my gosh, too much water. Okay. Wait. This is why face painting is fun. Oh, okay. Let's do it this way. Let's put the paint on and then dab it with this. So I'm just trying to, yeah, I guess map it out a little bit. Oh jeez. It's kind of hard to see in this light, but I'm just putting pink kind of around the outside, and like I want the galaxy to look fairly blended, so I'm not really too fussed about getting everything in like the 100% perfect position because, you know, this is all trial and error right now. Let's try some more. I'm just thinking maybe I should have started with a bit of a darker color. Oh, there we go. Hey. There's the pink. Okay. My goal with this, I don't really have a plan, so just to note that from the beginning. I have a reference image, but it's just sort of giving me more of an idea of like what I want the colors to look like and stuff. So my goal is just to try and create, I guess, a bit of a gradient across my face of colors just to start with, and then I'll put some more detail in as we get further in. I'm putting pink on the edge because I want it to go from like the light to darker color. I watched a YouTube video not long ago where she did this beautiful galaxy and it was sort of like light to dark. So I want to try and copy that a little bit. I think galaxies are usually a bit blendy with their colors, so we're just gonna roll with that. It'll be good. It'll work. And if it doesn't work, you know, we know for next time. So now I'm just doing my whole head pink. I need to stop. Okay, next. I'm going to bring in a purple and sort of start creating this line of purple down here. And then we'll get the sort of dark blue and then black. So that's the strategy. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm anticipating this is gonna involve a lot of blending. Oh my gosh. Oh no. So I'm just kind of laying on the foundational kind of colors right now. I don't want to be doing too much in terms of like solidifying those colors in just yet. I'm just doing base layers and then we can build. This is a fun thing about trying new products. It's always interesting to see, you know, what happens. Oh my god. Oh, it's so blue. And I'm gonna put this over my eyebrow to sort of get that to disappear a little bit. And just be really careful when you're going over your eye. You know, the paints that I'm using are face paints, so they should be fine, but yeah, I would say just be really wary of what you're putting near your eye. If you're using makeup, it'll be all right, because obviously it's made to go there. But yeah, just try to find face paints if you're going to use paint. And I'm just going all the way up into my hairline, just to, so it all blends nicely. But like, that's looking pretty cool. I'm like a galaxy half face. Don't know if you can tell I haven't planned. Should I do my ear? Yeah. Let's do my ear. This is looking kind of cool. I'm excited about how this is going to look, to be honest. So I'm just still dabbing. This dabbing motion really helps like building up that blended part. And then I'm going to do, I'm going to start, now that I have these colors sort of placed, I'm going to start putting some more pink across this side here and starting to like really blend that across to create like this really cool galaxy kind of look. And just really lightly dabbing right now. I was so tempted to actually dab them, but we won't. And I might just wait till this dries a little bit more before I keep blending too much, because it's going to make the color look really muddy and it's not really going to blend nicely. It's just going to look a bit bad. And for this, I'm not like super concerned about getting colors perfect, because it is a galaxy, so there's going to be a lot of variation in the color. So we're basically just trying to build that gradient up. So this will be a lot of time just blending colors into each other. It's looking muddy and gross right now, but just wait. I feel like I need to get a hairdryer for my face. Yes, maybe. Actually, maybe I should do that. Wait, okay. Be very careful if you're doing this in your own time, do not hairdryer your face. Keep it on a low like setting, but we're just trying to dry the paint. Just a little. I also have acquired a makeup palette just because it's got a better mirror in here. So it's just going to help me see where those edges are and what kind of needs cleaning up and what doesn't. Right now, everything needs cleaning up. Let's keep going. So I'm going to start doing these darker parts on the edges. Oh, I do have a dark blue. You can tell I haven't really used these because I don't even know what colors I have. But let's go dark blue from the side here. And I've just started to, my brush is very, very lightly kind of wet, so it's not, ooh. I'm just going to start tapping a bit lighter because as I'm going around, the paint is kind of coming off. Just building, building, building. I might speed this process up for you all. Keep going, keep going. I will say that don't use the black. I tried using black and I find that it's just really contributed to making those colors look a bit more muddy. So I might put a little bit on later at the end. But for now, I am not going to use black. I am just going to use the dark blues and purples. That mirror is really helping me get the color to blend better. And now that I sort of applied a bit more color, it's looking a bit better. It looks a bit crazy in the video. Stick with me to work. After using these a little bit and getting used to how they feel, I would say don't use too much water. I think that's the trick. Otherwise they get a bit diluted and they just don't look quite as good. I'm also patting my finger just around the edges, like right on this edge here, just because see how it helps it blend a bit better? It just gets rid of that harsh line and it looks a bit more like a gradient. So I'm finding if I use too much water, and then I'm dabbing, it's getting rid of the color that's underneath, because obviously the paints wash off in water. So I'm trying not to use too much. And then when I dab, if it's too wet, then I'm gonna go in and like put more paint on my brush just to counteract that removal of the paint underneath, because it's kind of making it look a bit splotchy. Just layering, 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 layering. So now I'm pretty happy with how that blue's looking. I think it's looking quite dark, and quite impactful, I guess. So I really want to start building up these purple and pink colors that I wanted across here, just to give it a little bit of variance. So I'm hoping that drying the paint off a little bit is going to help, but yeah, we'll see. So dry-ish brush, a little bit damp, and paint. I'm trying to get a lot of paint on there because I want the color to be really obvious. And then I'm going to dab it in with my finger as I go. So let's try this. I also want to move it into the galaxy a little bit, because galaxy is very swirly and the color isn't exactly perfect, so we want to kind of copy that. Just building that pink to blue. If I was doing this again, I would probably try and do a better job of like blending all of this in and keeping those pinks and purples really vibrant from the start. Ooh, I have a different pink. I'm gonna try that because this pink is much prettier and a bit more shimmery than the other one. And I'm just gonna use this one relatively dry because I think that's gonna get a better result. So I'm just kind of putting it in random spots because I want to just build up the fact that this color is not perfect. That not using too much on like a drier sort of brush has really, really helped. So I would recommend doing that if you're trying this. I would say actually eyeshadow would be amazing for this. It would blend a lot differently, and you wouldn't have to use like water and stuff. So maybe try and doing it like with a dry base would be good too. But you can see like it's all blending a bit better. It's starting to look a bit more galaxy-esque. Just trying to get all those beautiful colors in there. Just going to pop some more purple in here as well. And then I think we'll be pretty close to being fairly done with the base, and then we'll start putting in maybe a bit more detailed lines and like some whites and stuff. So you can see I'm just building this blue and trying to like fill in the patchy parts that I created earlier, because obviously I wasn't as used to using these. But you find that like once you start using this sort of stuff, you get a hang of like how it works and the best way to sort of start applying. just pulling that back a bit because I think I went a bit far, like down into my face. So I'm just gonna pull that back. Just cleaning up edges a little bit. Okay, nearly. I might just put a tiny bit of water like on my finger, and I'm just gonna dab along these edges just to create that sort of like feathered edge. Just building that up a bit more on this edge too. I feel like that side was a little bit neglected compared to up here. I just closed another curtain over here and I'm finding that's making this look a lot better. So as you can see how it goes from the dark over here, and then you're sort of getting this really shiny, beautiful gradient over this side. So this part I'm not 100% happy with how it's looking right now, but when I'm looking at my reference image, I might even go in and do a bit more detailed colour with the pinks and the purples, because that's really going to sort of emphasize that galaxy kind of look. So let's try doing that now. So I'm just going to use this small brush here, and I'm going to start with, let's start with this purple and see if we can create some of those sort of cloud-like shapes. So see how it's, yeah, blending all the way down? And we're kind of like creating these flowy, sort of not really too structured shapes. My face is exceptionally shiny right now because a lot of the paints that I ended up going with have that glittery sort of metallic look to them, which is kind of cool. So it's ended up looking quite, yeah, I have a very shiny face. I think I'm pretty cool with how that's looking. It kind of looks like a little bit of a mess, but once we put stars in, you'll be like, oh, I see. So I'm going to do a bit of a trial go and see how these stars are going to look. So I'm just using the pure white color, and then I might do a couple with like some pink, really bright pink stars and purple ones. I just want to see how this white is going to work. I really want to try and load up my brush with that white color because I want it to be really obvious, and I don't really want to have to do too many sort of redos. So just do some dots and see how that's gonna go. So I'm just sort of doing these varying sort of dots. And I might do like, I'll do dots first and then we'll come back in and do some bigger sort of stars. Woo! That's a shooting star. I don't really want to do too many like lines. Trying to do like little spots. Galaxy face. Wait, wait, we're not calling it yet. We're not calling it yet. When I'm looking at this reference image, there's stars everywhere. So I would say just go nuts. I'm just trying to create a bit of variation in these stars. So some of them are going to be a bit bigger, some are going to be a bit smaller, and we're just going to keep going with that. So I'm just trying to scatter those ones, I guess, around and see how they go. And then let's turn this one into like a shooting star. I think that could be really cool. Try and do some little like star clusters as well. So you can see I've done like, I tried to do some stars with like the little flicky parts, and I tried to do some bigger ones and some smaller ones. Got my comet. I might do another big one over here. Maybe a bigger sort of pink one. Yay! I think that's nearly done. I'm pretty happy with that. I might like I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix my ear. And then I might go put like some mascara or something on because I think they'd be really pretty. And I'm going to fix up this. Just put some more pink. Oh no! So much worse. Let's try and damp that away. We're leaving the comet. We're not touching that anymore. I'm finding that getting the white paint on, if I put a lot of paint on my brush first and then I dip it in a little bit of water, I'm finding that it is really easy to put on my face. I'm just redoing some of the white in this. Hey, that looks better. Hey. And I might do one more big star like down here. Oh, this bit's really hard because it's so hard to see this edge. I was looking at the image and the stars almost seem to cluster like along the edges of the color. So I'm just trying to mimic that a little bit, trying to copy that. Basically just like have fun with this. Okay, so I went over my ear, so that blends in a bit better, and you'll see this is the finished product. I think it looks pretty cool. Considering we had no plan, I think we did very well. So I would love to see your galaxy faces if you're giving this a go at home. Take a photo, put them in the comments, and yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed this. I know I definitely did. I had a lot of fun getting paint everywhere. And we'll see you next time.